Hello everybody, and today I'm gonna show something a little bit more interesting. As you can see, I already have it open, and this is my map editor that I'm calling To Eternity. It's fully functional. You've got the camera, which you can move. It has this little cube in the 3D edition of the map editor that is purely for, the camera. And let me just do a bit of. Now, if you couldn't guess, this project originally was its own game. You can check my itch.io. I have the original demo I'd created in Unity on there. Every second counts. Uh, that's what this was gonna be. Was every second counts, but I wanted to make a custom map editor. And then I kinda canceled the every second counts project. So now we're left with this. So yeah, we've got your map camera. And this is a plugin I'm going to release along with adding a way for people to support me. I'm still feeling about the way I want to do that. And then we have this, the UI.gd, the main bread and butter of this entire map editor. So for entities, you would basically place your scene of, well, entities, tools, or different text things. Now, just to show, if you are going to add a text thing, and yes, I've got this whole thing, I'm not really going to get into that. Tool, equals this string, new function. And these new functions, you have to make yourself. I will leave in the already built-in functions, but I'm making this thing for people to basically edit it on their own way, and that should allow people to have a bit of fun messing around with stuff. Now, am I some great person who can just do everything? No, I'm not. Like rotation edit, it won't be finished because I have no clue what I'm doing there. I don't know how to make a rotational thing that would work in the system that I built. It's not the best, but it works for what I need it to work for. And I'll run current scene for everyone to see how this thing functions. And don't worry about the debug collisions. So you see we've got this camera movement. Yeah, I know it's a little choppy and such. But yeah, you select the thing that you want to have. And boom, you're able to create it. And it creates on this little white cube. Now create, that's what that does. Property edit, boom. You have all the properties of the object. Now do know, this is based off collision. This gets the collision object, not the actual underlying thing. So if you're going to use this map editor, you gotta make sure that everything in your map editor uses collision. Now, as you can see, I don't really use dynamic entities for it. Like, stuff like this, if I was smart and I didn't just try to do it. BC, dynamic entities like this, I don't really mind, but it's whenever you get into the player that things become an issue, and yeah, I know the movement isn't that smooth. But what I ended up doing for the player is this. I made a bean. Bean that pretty much holds all the stuff for the player. It would normally hold it all. This is kind of just an example. You can name the map Fritter. Or don't click enter, you gotta click finish. You see it goes up there. You can save map, you can load map. Warning, if you load a new map, any unsaved changes will be lost. I've got all these different maps. These were kind of just tests. We've got like final test, which just has this cube. And yes, it doesn't change the map name, because if you're going to load a map, it won't share a name with it. Then we've got fourth test, yada yada. Moving on from this. And here we are, the 2D map editor. Same UI. Yes, I know, it is literally the same UI. Same tools as the last one, so we don't really have to go over all of it. The camera can pan, it can zoom. Yeah. Now, let's immediately go in. Also, using this map layer, because it's a tile map. I've got this tile map that's for a different project, Metroidvania I've been working on. So, yeah. Boom. We're smoothing. We good. We are good. Yeah, you get all this. Pan speed, min zoom, max zoom. Yeah. You go in. Woohoo, you got all this. This button, this source button, it sets it up for every tile set that you set up inside the tile map. As yes, it's based off the developer. I did not know how to implement loading in custom things. So, my bad. I could learn something. But, you see, here we go. Boom. Places. Grab that. Yeah, it's a little weird. It's a little wonky. It's not the best tool in 2D, but it's not too bad. You just have to remember that one person made this. One dude who really doesn't know what he's doing. I kind of just threw stuff out of wall until it worked. Now, yes, the cursor doesn't change. So even though you've zoomed in incredibly close. Oh, and it's mouse wheel button for base setup to delete stuff. I need the 2D secondary, though. So just remember, 2D is a little bit better than the 3D one because I developed it later on. 3D I'd already developed for the game before I canceled it. And you see, you can do all the same stuff, you can save. I don't really have that many, well, entities. Like I have a player example. Like that's kind of the best I've got. You can delete by clicking on the mouse wheel. It doesn't always work for some reason, I don't know. Still working on this map editor as we speak. But yeah, you can do all the same stuff. Sorry for bothering you for your time. Please put in the comments if you guys would want to see something like this actually finished. Goodbye.